5 years ago, in a small pharmacy in a foreign country, a woman stands over me, informing me that I am now pregnant. My husband and I had been in a rocky place. My past struggle with addiction and the dishonesty that comes with it left the two of us uncertain about a future together. We had been intimate one time, just once, in years, and that is how our daughter Emma was conceived. I was in the Philippines to get some space and to figure things out. Those two lines, they figured it out for us. But I'm not here to tell you that story today. I'm here to tell you a different story. And this story, full disclosure, is an unfinished story. I'm a little nervous to tell you about it, but if I can give birth in front of a nurse, a doctor, a med student, another med student, and an anesthesiologist, then I think that I've got this. Thanks. Still nervous, but I appreciate it. This story, my story, is called The 2-Week Wait. At 37 years old, and after ending a 3.5-year breastfeeding journey, my husband and I are ready to try for a second daughter. Second child, of course. Leaving an MSU basketball game, I see a happy mother cradling her newborn baby. My heart flutters thinking about another child of our own. Can I smell her too? I say. Prior to having Emma, I wasn't certain I wanted children, but I knew if I did that I wanted 2. Not 1, not 3, but 2. Taking my sweet time to feel ready to have a second child, by the time I was ready like yesterday. Having a rocky relationship and then finding out you're pregnant doesn't fix your marital problems, unfortunately. However, after overcoming the early years of parenting and working with a few couples counselors, we felt like the worst was behind us. My husband stands over me as I fold laundry on our unmade bed. We've had our share of other struggles, I say. I don't get the feeling fertility is going to be one of them. Laughing, we finish folding laundry as the sun shines through our bedroom window. I don't find myself laughing after our first miscarriage. Instead, I find myself in our dark upstairs bathroom, alone, bleeding out what I had hoped was going to be our second daughter. Second child, of course. While still going between my bed and the bathroom, a friend tells me that chemical pregnancies aren't really miscarriages. 5 different times this year, we will experience the joy of witnessing a positive pregnancy test. Unlike our pregnancy with Emma, each positive test this time ends in a very different way. Back in the bathroom, cramping, bleeding, aching. It's so appalling to think that the dream as big as the dream of another child for so many of us ends in the toilet. I am normally a very emotionally aware person. In these moments, I have no words to describe what I'm feeling. I don't like using that bathroom anymore. The clothes I'm wearing trigger me. Having 3 bathrooms to choose from is about the only positive thing in my dark world. September of 2023, we have been trying for about 6 months. My husband is out of town visiting baseball stadiums with his father. Like every other month this year, we have used ovulation test strips and put in a good, solid effort. A few days after my husband leaves town, I notice the early symptoms of pregnancy, or PMS. It's lovely how similar the two are. It's too early to test, but that doesn't stop me. Much to my surprise, though, at just 8 days past ovulation, I am able to see 2 very faint lines. I take another test the following day. My precious daughter joins in the excitement. I see 2 lines, Mommy. Our dog Sunny's tail wags across the dusty bathroom floor. Even with 2 positive tests, I'm not quite ready to tell my husband. I know he doesn't like to let himself get excited about these things. Sitting on our gray, cushiony couch, though, in our small living room, wearing a long red summer dress, I ponder the ways that I can tell him. And as I binge-watch rom-com, shoving booty pop into my mouth, the tears falling down my cheeks only confirm the sentiment that I am definitely pregnant this time. For sure. After testing a 3rd time and receiving 2 solid lines, I feel confident enough to tell him. With baseball being a huge passion of his, I paid to have a sign at the stadium he is at read, "Welcome, baby Finley." As the game is about to begin, my mother video calls from Northern California. "Why can't those dummies see it?" we laugh. "It's right there," I exclaim. The nervous energy fills both households, and the excitement is about to spill over into my husband's world. I can't look at them without crying. After he finally sees the sign, we all cry happy tears as we celebrate the news together. I focus on the excitement for a few days as I begin to notice the early symptoms of pregnancy. Bloating, irritability, nausea, all positive things when wanting to be pregnant so badly. "Are you really pregnant?" my husband asks. "Yes," I say. "Do you want to see the test?" "No," he says, satisfied with my answer. I, however, am less satisfied with his question. A seed of doubt is planted in my mind, and defensive thoughts begin brewing like a dark storm. Our first ultrasound is already booked. I am set. I am pregnant this time. In 10 weeks, we will be seeing our baby daughter, child, on that screen for the first time. That doubtful seed is stuck, though, implanted, you could say, and it grows big enough for me to take another test. By this time, both lines should be basically black, indicating that I am beyond a doubt 1,000% pregnant, and yet what I see is a line so faint I can barely grasp it. We have no other choice than to have a blood pregnancy test performed. I gotta tell you, a tornado of whirling emotions takes over me. My husband's instincts to protect himself have failed. He allowed himself to get excited. I paid for the board. This is my fault. Together, we are both terrified. Sitting in my therapist's office, my phone dings. Ding. The results have arrived. My hands shake and my heart trembles as I open the notification. HCG not present. I stare at the white backdrop and the bold black letters. What I already knew in my heart is now confirmed by factual evidence. I can hear my therapist's faint voice talking about clean eating and probiotics and about how my womb is not a habitable place due to my inability to manage my own stress. Numbness takes over my body as I float out of her office. My husband answers my phone call, sitting in our Toyota Highlander, broken beyond a shred of existence. I share the results with him. And as he begins to process the information for himself, I shout the words, "I hate the term clean eating." could be very level-headed about our fertility struggles. I don't blame myself. I keep steady on the pursuit to have another baby, but the physical roller coaster of experiencing conception, implantation, and then miscarriage is just that. As we head into November of 2023, I attempt to squeeze my bloated, swollen belly into my loosest pair of leggings. I tear everything in my closet off its hangers as I desperately search for something, anything that will make me feel human, alive, dare I say comfortable. A ghost stares back at me in the mirror as I look at myself disgusted. I'm a business owner in a male-dominated industry. And at the end of 2023, it is normal for me to be in meetings, sometimes hours after having a miscarriage. Other times, I'm in the early stages of pregnancy with that lovely hormonal rage that likes to show up. I just had a miscarriage, you motherfucking bastards! I want to scream, but instead I sit there quietly as the storm clouds thunder. A woman accuses me of overbooking my clients. Inwardly, I know that I have just had a miscarriage, but you can't say that. Can you say that? I didn't say that. Her confidence in what she believes is my story shuts me down. I am left off kilter by her statements. Why didn't you stand up for yourself? My husband asks. I couldn't, I shout. Like footsteps on back-to-back landmines, our world explodes. Our home feels like a battle zone of traumas and wretched memories. I am tired of cleaning bathrooms. Lying in bed with our daughter, I begin to say, Mommy isn't perfect, sweetie. But before I can utter another word, she looks up at me with her long blonde hair and her big blue eyes, and she says, Yes, you are, Mommy. The next day, we fight again. The tornado that was once inside of me has now swept me up and is tossing me around like a piece of rubble. A house knocks me as it flies by. Will this ever end? The next evening, only Sunny wants to share the bed with me. We all want fertility struggles to have a happy ending. Have you tried clean eating? My third cousin, once removed, tried acupuncture, and she got pregnant like 2 seconds later. Have you tried that? Have you considered adoption? My friend, she used probiotics. She basically pooped out a baby. Or my favorite, second favorite now, maybe you are just stressed. I am no stranger to female issues. Endometriosis, PMDD, secondary infertility now. But I've come to realize that these experiences, just like this story, are just experiences. And like driftwood floating into a far-off sunset, they will eventually drift away, fitting perfectly into the makeup of who I am. It is not the easy things in life that make me stronger. That being said, this is a difficult story for me to share. Not because I have a hard time putting my feelings into words, but because I want so badly for this story, my story, to end with a healthy pregnancy. I want so badly to say, and guess what? I'm 3 months pregnant. But I'm not pregnant, and I don't know if we will keep trying. In fact, taking a break from trying has been the best thing for me. Taking a break from what I wanted is the one thing that has allowed me to see clearly again, to see and appreciate the little things in life, like the unpredictable goodness in life, like my daughter, Emma, who came to us exactly when we needed her most. While hiking up the M, my husband looks toward me and says, "It's nice to think we might be done with the diaper phase." A breeze tickles my cheek as I look back at the path below us. Somehow the wildflowers look new, like I haven't seen them before. And as I take in their beauty as if for the first time, I look at him and say, "Life has got this."